So what I think is important is not to protest funding bodies or have really anything to do with them. I don't think it's about opposing them. Let them do what they do. But what I hope to have happen is that filmmakers, and particularly with the opportunities afforded by advances in technology, where just about anyone can now go out and make a movie and cut it, and you know, the technology is there for filmmakers to make films with almost no resources at all. I think that what filmmakers have got to do is find their stories, their own stories that are powerful and tribally grounded stories from their own tribal identities, and tell those stories with passion in whatever format is available to them. Even if it's a DV cam you stick in your handbag, to tell those stories in a way that you create your own audience. You create your own interest from those people that see it and talk to other people about it, and bit by bit people find out, and you build a whole new audience that is not connected to the funding body mentality at all. And in that way you make the funding bodies irrelevant. You don't have to fight them. You just do what you do, and you do it well. And you do it without their help. And bit by bit they become less and less relevant. I can imagine a situation that one could get to where people say, AFC, what? Nobody goes to them anymore. Yeah, well, it's not going to happen tomorrow. But I can imagine that could be possible. I'm greatly heartened when I speak like this by the experience of knowing a young filmmaker by the name of Maya Newell, whose film Richard, she made on a little DV cam that the first time I ever saw it, she pulled it out of her handbag and said, "Oh, do you mind if I show you a little bit of a film that I've been working on?" And she flipped open the viewing screen on the camera and switched it on. I'm looking at this guy on this really tiny screen, and he was just riveting. This guy was like, as far as content was concerned, this guy immediately grabbed your attention. Richard Blackie, he was a Michael Jackson impersonator. He ran a toy shop in Petersham. He was extremely eccentric. He lived with dogs. They were his closest companions, a whole bevy of chihuahuas, some of them that had babies. And Maya, who she was only 17 years old at the time, but she had been going to that shop before that. From the time she was like 14 or 15, she would call in to look at the toys. It was a very unusual kind of, almost like an old curiosity shop, but all kind of old toys, nostalgia. And one day, at the age of 17, she walked in with a DV cam and said, "Do you mind if I film you? I would love to make a film about you." And thus started this thing that went over months. Where from going to visit him like a couple hours a week, she would be there like 3 days a week. And she just filmed and filmed and filmed and filmed and got this most incredible record of this man's life over a period of time, which she then cut into one of the most extraordinary documents of a breakup, a breakdown of a person's entire life. And she got it on film. And it didn't surprise me when, after it was made and she'd cut it, and I'd actually put her onto a sound designer because the sound was only the mic on the DV cam. The sound was terrible. But what she had was so magnificent. I said, "Go see this woman in Sydney. She's a top sound designer. See if she can help you." And this woman isn't a person that works for nothing. I knew it might cost her a lot of money to actually fix it. And even then it wouldn't be perfect. But she went to see this person, and they were viewing it in this edit suite. And Maya was sitting here, and the sound designer was sitting behind her. And the film finished, and the sound designer didn't say anything. So Maya turned to ask her, "Oh, so what do you think?" And as she turns to ask her the question, she sees the sound designer sitting behind her with her hands up to her mouth like this, and tears streaming down her face. And she said, that's unbelievably moving. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do whatever needs to be done to make it work. Please come through. You're part of the drama.
Oh, the dramas.
Yeah.
You
This
know,
is an interview
I gotta tell you,
drama.
life is full of dramas. Life is a drama, my brother. But whatever it takes, I'll do it.
So, she ended up getting this top sound designer to do the sound. That was the last thing that needed doing. And what happens is it has its world premiere, and she's still 17 years old at this time, just before she turns 18. It has its world premiere at Directors Fortnight Con. She made it on a DV cam. She kept it in her bag. She cut it on a Final Cut Pro on her laptop. And it speaks unbelievably. Because it's content, it's content, it's content. That's how you make the funding bodies irrelevant. Because they actually, in my experience, have very, very little idea about where's the drama. They can't answer that question. They read the scripts and they like things because, oh, I haven't seen that kind of thing before. The fact that they haven't seen it before becomes the criteria for selecting it, to pay money for it. But if you ask them, but where's the drama in that story? They won't even know what you're talking about mostly. Drama? Well, the old man is in a wheelchair. Oh, the girl's blind in one eye. That ain't drama, necessarily. So, yeah, I'm not like an enemy of the funding bodies. I just think we need to work to make them irrelevant.